All right, we're back with another news flash. Justin's with me again, and this time we're going to talk about a trade between the Chicago Blackhawks and Detroit Red Wings. So right now we have Petr Mrazek heading to the Red Wings along with Craig Smith for Joe Veleno. So not the biggest trade of the day by any means, but we see the Red Wings trying to get another goaltender. I feel like they have like 12 right now. And Craig Smith comes in kind of replaces Veleno in the lineup and adds a veteran presence. And then Chicago gets a little bit younger with Joe Veleno. Not having the best season, but he is still he's 25. He's not a young guy anymore, but there's definitely still some untapped potential there, I think. Maybe he's not going to develop much more, but I don't know. Veleno has more than he's given with the Red Wings. So, Justin, what are your quick thoughts on this?
I'll start with Chicago here. I think it's just important for them to switch it up. Even though it's not high impact, they still need guys for the rest of the year. Probably they have around 20 games left. Every team has around 20 games left. You should at least try something instead of just mailing it in and saying, we're just going to stick with what we have and get nothing of value these last few weeks, month and a half or so. Veleno isn't the first round pick that he once was, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense. You weren't really gonna keep Mrazek long term or Craig Smith long term. They're both older guys at this point, so yeah, I guess just changing it up, change of scenery is always nice to see. And for Detroit, they basically replaced Veleno with Craig Smith. I think that's pretty good, just 1-for-1. Smith is a pretty good bottom sixer. There's not a lot to say there. It's a bottom sixer at the end of the day, but he can be on your fourth line and be a pretty good player there. And Mrazek is genuinely, he has some upside as like a 1B type goalie. He's better than he was, a few years ago when he was a cap dump. He's been a starter in Chicago and played some key games, a lot of games. So yeah, if they really need him to be that in their playoff push, which would be huge for them to just make the playoffs, maybe they call him Mrazek, they get him back. I remember a playoff run all the way, maybe about a decade ago, where he was big for them. It's not 2015 anymore, but it is a welcomed re-addition to their team.
Yeah, he already spent 4 full seasons with the Red Wings, and he was really good there in the mid 2010s. And then he spent some time with the Flyers. The Hurricanes tried him out. He was pretty good there. Didn't end up sticking around. The Hurricanes make every goalie look good. He had really good numbers in Carolina, but there was a reason they moved on from him. Tried out the Maple Leafs. He was not good at all with Toronto. And then he was, like you mentioned, he was a cap dump into the Blackhawks. And last season, he had really good numbers. He had a 908 last year. And everyone was kind of like, is this guy back? And then now he has an 890. So maybe he's not back. It's hard for a goalie to look good on Chicago, but it is what it is. The Red Wings are just bringing in more goaltending depth. They traded Husso already, but they still have Cam Talbot. They have Alex Lyon. They have Jack Campbell. They have Sebastian Cossa. They have Trey Augustine. They are very deep in goal. They don't have a true superstar. I'm sure one of Cossa or Augustine is going to be a phenomenal goaltender. But right now, they have so much mid in the crease. So yeah, that's what I have to say on Mrazek. As for the Craig Smith and Joe Veleno, I think Craig Smith is a really good fourth liner or 13th forward. If he's your 13th forward, you're doing pretty good. He was I remember him on the Dallas Stars playoff run, and he was pretty good there. And then Veleno, he had 30 points last year, or 28, I think. He has the talent. When he was with Drummondville in the QMJHL, he was dynamite. He has fantastic offensive skill, but he's been in the fourth line role with the Red Wings this season. He hasn't earned himself a spot higher in the lineup, but at the same time, you're wondering, okay, is he just going to be better on the second line? And I don't know how much second line time he's played on the Red Wings, or top six, or even third line, but he's been fourth line most of the season. So kind of putting them in a tough position there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it could be, I don't know, it could be a move. At least it's something. At least the Blackhawks are doing something. I like that for them at the very least.
Yeah, the Blackhawks are just making moves, and that's kind of all they're here to do. And they can't retain salary on anything, so they wanted to move Mrazek, especially after Spencer Knight came in. Yeah, it's a trade. Not going to bring either team to the playoffs this year. The Red Wings might make it, but it's not going to be because of this trade. So thanks everybody for checking out this episode of Newsflash. Justin, thanks for joining me on this one, and we will see you on the next one.